Welcome to Bio 2023 and welcome to Life Science Success Podcast, Samantha, and thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you, Don. Great to be chatting this morning.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So can you tell listeners just a little bit about yourself?
So I'm the Chief Science Officer and one of the two co-founders of Pepper Bio. By way of background and interest, I've always been really excited about finally the data that we have access to in biology, coupled with the computational power to do something with that. So springboarding off of research I did during my PhD at MIT, I founded Pepper with a longtime colleague to treat untreatable diseases by leveraging novel data types in biology, notably transomics.
And so how does transomics relate? Whenever I think of the omics, I think of like multi-omics, but transomics is new to me. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Pepper is the world's first transomics analysis company. And transomics itself is a full stack solution to analyzing a wealth of biological information from genomics all the way up to more functional data of phosphoproteomics. So we do this by having global data across the board, bringing more comprehensive understanding of disease and also drugs. We have more functional data, so we look beyond the typical expression of multi-omics to actually looking at what are molecular actors doing within a biological system, what are the actions they're carrying out. And the third facet of transomics is we integrate data to have a more causal understanding of biology. So we go beyond traditional correlation analyses to model biology as it actually happens. And all together, what this means is we're able to see more relevant disease insights about how to best treat disease and how to characterize potential drugs that can be used as therapeutics.
Very good. How long has Pepper Bio been around?
So we kicked off operations in about January 2020, and we launched from stealth late 2021.
Okay. And then the name Pepper, does it have a grounded meaning, or?
It does. So foundationally, as a team, we are energized and here to find treatments for untreatable diseases. And so Pepper as a word exemplifies that. So our energy, our enthusiasm to keep going after finding treatments.
Okay, very good. And then in terms of your announcements and things for Bio, I saw a press release as I was coming in as well. So can you tell me more about what you're announcing here?
We're thrilled this year to be sharing some data around characterizing unapproved and approved drugs to show how Pepper's platform and transomics can very early on in preclinical studies identify insights to make those selections early on. So this really is showing information that can better inform selecting candidates that are likely to be successful, resulting in better drugs for patients, faster timelines, and then also saving costs across the board for the industry.
And then in terms of the theme for Bio, it's Stand Up for Innovation. Can you tell me what you think about the theme and kind of where you think Pepper aligns to that?
Well,
theme?
I'm biased. I love the theme because what we're building at Pepper, it is innovative. It's pushing the boundaries, and it's as an industry that is here to help people. I think innovation and standing up to make that happen is why many of us are all here today. And so really aligned with what we're doing, and I think a lot of startups here excited to hear the enthusiasm for the industry and what's happening and going on this year. So very much aligned with what we're doing here at Pepper.
Very good. And then in terms of clients and customers, are you active in the industry right now, or you are?
Yes, we are through two facets. So one, we are seeking partnerships with pharma. We have 4 contracts that we have signed, and we are actively seeking working with pharma as well to solve their drug discovery questions that we can bring transomics to answering, again, questions around what is happening in disease and what characterizing drugs as well, so kind of both facets of that. The second facet, we are also building out our own drug pipeline as well, and so are excited to be building that out in our own manner as well.
And what can you tell me about Compass? What is Compass, and how is it based?
Absolutely. So Compass is the core of our computational technology. So it's our transomic analysis platform, really pointing a direction of how to best treat disease and how to best characterize and bring forward drugs to be approved in the clinic. Compass itself is, at its core, brings analysis integrating 4 different types of omics data, notably genomics, transcriptomics, proteomics, and something known as phosphoproteomics. That last one, just as kind of context, is information on modified proteins that allows us to characterize functionally what molecular actors are doing in a system, their activity. And so this platform is what allows us to see these global, functional, and causal insights surrounding disease as well as drugs.
Very good. And then in terms of what you bring or how somebody would come to you, is it very early stage? Where in the drug discovery pipeline do they come to you?
Yeah, so across the board. So it could be everything of questions of what's the right target for this challenging disease that we're going after, or it could be we have a drug in the clinic, help us to better understand what the drug is doing, what patients it may be most relevant for. We've worked with partners across this entire spectrum to date and are looking to chat with folks who have a range of different questions that fit into that.
Very good. And then do you, in addition to the software platform, is there, I guess, how does it relate in terms of computational power and things like that? How do you provide the hardware to support all of this research as well?
So we are, at our core, our technology advance is on the computational side. So again, that's our Compass platform. We do work with labs to actually collect de novo data. So that's, again, the genomic, transcriptomic, proteomic, and phosphoproteomic data that's fed into our platform. And so we provide the computational ability to analyze that in a novel way through transomics to best support our partners' drug discovery questions as well as our own pipeline.
Okay. And then in terms of the length of time that people work with you, do you see them, if they start at the early stage, do you see them working all the way through then?
That is exactly for us, what we see is the ability to bring Compass to partners absolutely is through that. So we can work with partners early on from characterizing, again, the disease to answer what targets are best to go after for it. We can stay with them through the drug discovery process to really bring the power of transomics across all the way through to the clinic.
And do you see it shortening any of the timelines that we currently see for drug discovery?
We certainly see potential for that, notably around the ability to very early on select drug candidates, as I'll be sharing data on here at Bio, but to select drug candidates that are most likely to be successful in the clinic. And so the ability to do this very, very early on in preclinical studies adds a lot of benefit for both being able to quickly make decisions on the time facet, also saving costs by not supporting assets that later down the line may not be approved. We all know drug discovery is an expensive business, so we're hoping to, by bringing these insights, to reduce those costs. And most importantly for our vision is that we're able to bring to patients as early as possible the best drugs that can help them to return to a healthy life.
And one of the things that I frequently think about is just how many drugs fail in late drug discovery as well, right? I mean, there's a massive failure rate at the very end of this process. And do you see transomics having an impact there as well?
Absolutely. So with transomics and the global comprehensive view of function that we can characterize, we can really see insights that otherwise would be missed that could be detrimental to late-stage trials, in the sense that we could see early on potential concerns of toxicity and to make those decisions early on go, no go for drugs, and to 100% to improve that, where we can, rather than failing in late stage and to say, okay, this molecule won't work, we can say much earlier on, here's why something isn't going to succeed, and then companies, ourselves, others can make that decision very early to not continue with an asset and to push forward those that will be successful.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that about Pepper Bio. I greatly appreciate your time and all of the insights, and I look forward to seeing more and more about Pepper in the future.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Excited to be here. On Wednesday, I'll be sharing the data I referenced in the discussion, so I'd be thrilled for folks to come by and hear what we've been doing lately.
Perfect. Thank you, Samantha.
Thanks so much, Don.